Let me tell you the best advice I ever got at Harvard.
To get anything of value, you have to sacrifice.
The hardest things are usually the best.
You want to be great? You need to sacrifice.
If it's easy, leave it to somebody else.
The more painful the sacrifice, the greater you'll be.
I sacrifice everything what I have. I will sleep, train, eat, repeat, and that's it.
What do you want to give up? What are you going to sacrifice?
Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing?
Whether you like it or not, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, a lot of us are at war with ourselves. And within that war, you have several battles. Those battles are basically choices. No, I'm not talking about a war that you might find in the Coliseum. I'm talking about a war that's in your brain.
Now you wanna say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about it. He was tired, he had personal problem, family. Nobody cares. If without you or with you, there is always gonna be champions. You wanna put your name there? Okay, work hard. No? Bye-bye. Yeah.
Sometimes life can really hijack your mind. When that happens to you, you're all f***ed up. Your goals, your ambitions, everything's out the window. In life, we all go through different things. Sometimes your girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you. Guess what? Get the f*** over it. They no longer want you. Maybe you failed a test in school. You worked your ass off. Guess what? You failed the f***ing test. Get over it. Move past it. At work, you've been working your ass off for that new promotion. You don't f***ing get it. Someone else does. Maybe they kiss better ass than you do. Guess what? Get over it. Life will hijack your mind if you let it. Don't allow all these things to make you a lesser person. You must own your mind. Don't let life own yours.
What the f*** your life? Are you happy with it? And if so, it's just the intake and outtake of breath that makes you smile on your face? That's something your fucking behavior. You haven't earned that. What have you done with your life? Or is that a plan of your own life? You become the plan of someone else's life. You're not running the day. The day's running you. The differential between those people is belief. One person with belief overrides 100 people with just intent.
All about sacrifice. All about people talk about discipline, but sometimes discipline is not enough. All about sacrifice.
I don't quit. I may not make it the first time, but I'll come back.
I'll never give up. Never.
I gotta get my head back in the game. I gotta figure this shit out. It doesn't mean you leave. It means you study it more.
Dedication. Hard work. Dedication. Hard work. I'm a one-man army. One-man army. The world can go against me. I'm still coming on top. I got God on my side. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best. And I know I'm the best. Bitch, and you know I'm the best.
Those times when you get up early and you work hard. Those times when you stay up late and you work hard. Those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey.
Stop. You gotta stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit. All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your shit together, reading a book, meditating, something. But this I can't catch a break shit is not helping anybody, and it pushes everybody away from you.
Everybody's in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday. Hate it's a Monday. And I'm loving it. I'm loving that. Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting the fuck after it every daggone day.
And I really believe that life is not about how many breaths you take. It's about the moments that take your breath away. That's life. That's art. That's why I'm in this business. That's why you're in this business.
Yes.
I know. We're not just in it to look big and get a date.
No.
You know, it's not about the stuff.
No.
It's about the love of the game. You know, and I live by that rule. You know, and I know it's right because I just know it. And to have somebody like you talk about it with you, to see you take it, I already have taken it. I'm like, wow, that's the guy I want.
I don't know what to do, so what should I do? Well, nothing. I'll wait around until I figure out what to do. It's like, no, You should put together a bad plan and you should implement it, because even if you fail in the implementation, you'll gather information and then you can rectify the plan. Staying in that malaise until you know what to do makes you get older and more miserable, and you gather no information along the way.
She said I would never amount to anything because I didn't like school. Well, I didn't like school because my father died when I was 10 years old. And my dad used to take me to school, pick me up every day. And one day, I woke up and my mother said, you gotta walk to the bus stop because your dad's back is hurting. So my father couldn't take me. 2 weeks later, I'm at her funeral. I was 10 years old, my father's funeral. So that lady, Miss Jenkins, who told me I'd never amount to anything, it just pissed me off. Because at this time, my father died, I was in 6th grade.
Look me in the eye. It's okay if you're scared. So am I. But we're scared for different reasons. I'm scared of what I won't become. And you're scared of what I could become. Look at me. I won't let myself end where I started. I won't let myself finish where I began. I know what is within me, even if you can't see it yet.
You want to grow, you want to rise, then understand this. The moment you level up, you will attract hate, jealousy, doubt. That's part of the deal. You weren't built for comfort, you were built for pressure. They hate your discipline because they don't have it. They hate your focus because they're distracted. They hate your progress because it exposes their weakness. And the hate is spread like poison. Tupac said it best, the hate you give little infants fucked everybody. It's generational. But don't let it touch you. Don't let it affect your purpose. You are not here to please them. You're here to rise, to lead, to outwork, to outpray, to outlast. The hate will come. Let it you stay righteous, stay silent, stay dangerous. Let your results be louder than their opinion, and let Allah handle the rest.
I'm the best ever. Gary. Special.
There is something poetic about a 39-year-old man winning New Artist of the Year. I don't know where you're at in your life or what you're going through, but I want to tell you to keep going, baby. I want to tell you success is on the other side of it. I want to tell you it's going to be okay. I want to tell you that the windshield is in the rearview mirror for a reason, because what's in front of you is so much more important than what's behind you. Let's party, man!
Ah, man, I wish I would have. Right, that is the last thing I want to have to think in the future. Ah, dude, I wish I would have.
And if you don't really want to do it, what's going to stop you? Just about anything that comes up. Just about any obstacle that gets in your way becomes an excuse. It becomes a reason. It becomes a rationale for not proceeding down that path.
You have to look back at, your last couple years or months or weeks, whatever, and think, oh man, I wish I could have blank.
So I would say when you wake up, make sure you start with that gratitude, be grateful, be thankful. There's a few people in this world that don't get a chance to live out that day again. And we only can literally take one day at a time. I can't force anything. I can't force the time to go faster. I can only take one day at a time, so I suggest you do the same.
It all starts with who you are. Who you are is more important than what you do. How high you jump, how fast you run, because who you are is your character. And your character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities on a day-to-day basis, because those three things determine the choices you make, and the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hard-working, lazy, responsible, irresponsible. And it takes a certain amount of discipline to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done.
It's more like an obsession now. Everything I do is something to do with this, Everything it's always in my head. I'm always thinking about it. I'm definitely obsessed with it.
Do you actually want to do this or not? Do you actually want to do this or not? Because if you actually want to do it, what's going to stop you? Nothing.
Doesn't matter what anybody has to say about me. I know who I am as a person. I know how I feel. And always just trust yourself. And that was my goal and my focus. And you can't go through life talking about what you could have, you should have done, right?
shit happens and the past is the past. And we fought like hell to give ourselves, a chance today. It's just not the outcome that we anticipate.
The thing about pain is, like, you feel it right now, it's temporary, man. But later in life, you don't remember the pain. You just remember, like, the glory and the good times, and that exhilaration of pride and achievement, man. That outweighs all the pain and struggle as long as you get there. That's why when they say pain is temporary, pride's forever, that's what they're talking about. Because if you push through the pain to achieve the pride, you forget about the pain was ever even there. But if you can't push through the pain and the pain stops you and breaks you down, well, then that pain is forever.
No. Everything is work. Everything. The anger, the passion, the jaw-dropping, just, it takes that. Because I'm not that. You can't sit back and say, I'll start in half an hour. I can't do that. I gotta start now. And then after I get back from starting, I gotta start again. And then when I get done with that run or that study session, if it wasn't good enough, I gotta go back again. So you can honestly outwork anything.
It's a choice. You'll get through it. Wake up. It's a choice to be happy. It's a choice to be sad. So come on, buck up.
Right.
You got this. Move on. When a lot of times you just wake up blue and you don't have that choice, and it's not that easy. You just don't turn it on or turn it off. Once I started to realize what it was, why I felt I didn't want to do anything, why I was emotional about things, I started to, not only did it help me realize what it was, but then realize the power of talking about it and how important that is. And now I can tell young men, young women, kids, students, older people, doesn't matter. Hey, it's your superpower. It's okay. Talk about it.
Right.
Be open. If you're feeling blue, if you don't have the answers, even if you don't know why. Because a lot of times, sure, there's a thing that this thing happened, therefore I'm depressed. But a lot of time, people just wake up and the skies are gray.
Yep.
You don't know what to do. And one of the most powerful things you can do is, number one, know you're not alone. Know that if you're experiencing it, there's a lot of other people out there experiencing it too, and talk about it.
If you really want to avoid all the critics in your life, then do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing, and you'll never get their attention. But if you are something, and you're doing something, and you become something, guess what? You get their attention. And that pisses them off, because they could never be what you are now. So the only thing they can do to make them feel good is try to bring you the down. I say thank you for that. Thank you for acknowledging the fact that I'm doing something. Because I don't know who you are, but you seem to know who I am.
I don't know if any of what we do matters in the end. What I do know that matters is the people we hitch ourselves to and the indelible mark they leave upon our very being. I was reading a passage recently where a character was asking, which is more important, the journey or the destination? And the other replied, it's the company. And I couldn't agree more.
Everybody's great when they're not tired. The champions is when they tired, that's when the real champions come out. That's when that real dog come out. Because if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat. Let them on the field. Have some heart.
5 or 6 years, I went every single day without missing a single day. I never got sick. I was in the water on Christmas, birthday, holidays, everything. It didn't matter. I believed that whatever I put my mind to, and if I was willing to make sacrifices and I was dedicated, that I could achieve absolutely anything. I can guarantee you there was probably 100 days where I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to stay in my bed and not get out. But those were the days where you have to. You have to get up and do something. Because I think the greats do things when they don't always want to. That's what separates good from great.
Can you describe the emotions after a loss like that?
You know, it stings real bad, but this is a fight business. I've been on the end of many defeats in my life, and I've rose back, so I will not shy away from it, and I will not make excuses for it. I will assess it and come back.
The most important thing is to have a routine, consistency, not obsession. Good. Don't be like Cristiano, because Cristiano is crazy. Okay, but 20%, 25%, it's too much.
Yeah, be more consistent.
Even my friends say that I'm sick to live that life. For me, it's not a big deal. I do it in a comfortable way, in a happy way. For me, is not sacrifice. You say, yeah, sometimes you don't want to go to the gym. Of course, no. Sometimes I don't go to do but I go because I have a compromise with myself. But I'm not go happy every day. You think I'm wake up off the bed every day happy or with my wife or with my kids? Sometimes I'm not, but it's part of our life. We are both the same. We feel this every time. Make effort in your health.
For you to constantly win, when this voice over here, the real you, is saying, get out of here, go. You're nobody. You've always been nobody. And it's true. People don't hear that. That's a true voice. And then you had to create another voice over here that is saying you're better than that other voice. And you're in the freezing cold water that both voices don't want to fuck with. But you win. Then it goes from the water to the study, to the running, to losing weight, to how you eat, to how you function as a man. Every day of your life, you're winning these battles. And then I have normal people who only have one voice. Never created the second voice. The winning voice is the second voice. They have one voice. And that's just, I'm a piece of shit. That's all they hear. And then they judge people like me who are out here trying to be better.
If your life was a movie and people were watching up to this point, what would the audience be screaming at the screen, telling you to do with your life? What would they be just, it's obvious. Leave the job. Leave the, you need to get it's your brother. It's the, the fucking killer's hiding in the cupboard, whatever it might be. What would the audience watching the movie of your life be screaming at the screen, telling you to do? I already know the answer of what I should be doing. I'm just scared of making the commitment and having the conversation.
See, the thing about life, we're gonna die, right? Eventually we're gonna die. But our legacy can live on. The impact can be non-perishable forever. But it's gotta be built right. And we gotta take advantage of the time we have right now. If you want it bad enough, you find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you find an excuse.
Dream big, dare to dream, because everything is possible. Don't let anybody take away the dream. Doesn't matter where you're coming from. The more difficulties and more challenges you have, the stronger you become. Don't really let anybody take away that dream from you. Nurture it. Water it like you water the flowers. Even if you find only one person in this world that will accept, embrace, and support your dreams, find that person and dream big, because you can make it.
Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning, but winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy.
The man who never failed, has no glory. The man who fell and got back up, that's where his glory is. The man who fell 20 times and got up 21 times, that man has even greater glory.
Wow.
That man has more courage, way more courage than the guy who was so strong from birth that he never failed. There's no glory in that.
You will never feel this level of happiness if you don't go for something in your own life. When they knock you down, when they try on you, when they talk about you, and they try to put their foot on your neck, if you stay down, you will never ever get that resolve. Fortify your mind and feel this level of happiness as you rise. One time in your life.
Pain is the only way to change. Suffering, frustration, humiliation. Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain. Pain is the gatekeeper of destiny. Pain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals? Or are you just a talker? Carry your pain wherever you want to go. Pain will build the stairway to the top.